Thank you all very much for coming out, supporting the WWE and supporting the Guerrero family. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Last year, I was sitting out there with all the other superstars, and a couple rows in front of me was Eddie. And after the other inductees spoke, like Bobby Heenan, we were laughing. God, we were laughing, having a great time. And I kept looking over at Eddie, and his infectious smile, his infectious laughter was just making me happy, watching him be happy. And if you would have told me back then, last year, that I'd be up here today inducting Eddie Guerrero because of his passing, I would never, ever have believed any one of you. Me too.
Yes, we do.
Thank you. Thank you. Eddie always wore his heart on his sleeve, and every one of the wrestlers and anybody who really knew him could tell you that he wore his heart on his sleeve and was a genuine guy. He had this passion about him, about life, about wrestling, and I know anybody who saw him on TV could feel that. It radiated right through the television, and you could see that and feel that passion and that love that he had for this business and the love that he had for life. Like I said, Eddie pretty much loved everybody, so he didn't have like a mean bone in his body, unless you piss him off. Then watch out. But one story that kind of is an example is Eddie was growing up in El Paso, Texas. There you go. And his partner in crime, Art Flores, Duty, we called him. A lot of people know him here. Well, Art owned this convenience store. And every night after going out and raising hell, or anytime they were hungry, they'd stop by the convenience store and eat the food. Well, Art sold day-old bread there. So one time, he asked Eddie for a favor. Art had got this big shipment of Twinkies in. So he asked Eddie if he could come over and help him out. So Eddie goes, "What do you want me to do?" He goes, "Well, the expiration date, these Twinkies have expired. So what I want you to do is we have this hairspray, and we'll spray it on the expiration date, and it'll wipe right off." So Eddie, being the great guy that he is, "Yeah, sure, I'll help you out, no problem, I'll help you out." So he gets there and he starts spraying, and they're wiping, and they're both spraying, and they're both wiping. About 10 minutes go by, and then Eddie thinks, "God, we're really pulling one over on these people who are buying this stuff." He sprays a couple more and wipes, he sprays a couple more and wipes, and he thinks, "Hey, wait a minute, I eat this crap." That's the kind of guy that he was. He wouldn't see the bad in anything. He'd always see the good in everybody, in any situation. And I just want to thank Eddie for showing me a very important lesson in life. And that was one time, I don't even know what it was about, but I was really upset. It was something to do with wrestling. And I hadn't cried in years, maybe 10 years. Well, we went to the backside of the arena, and my tears started coming down my face. And Eddie goes, "What's wrong? What's bothering you?" And I really couldn't even remember what bothered me. I was just upset that I was crying, and I felt that it wasn't okay for a man to cry. I'm a husband and a father, and I just felt that I was letting my family down by crying. As odd as it seems, it's just kind of a man thing. And Eddie showed me that it was okay for a man to cry. It was okay to show your expression. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you, Eddie. In closing, Eddie really taught me a lot, not just in life, but in wrestling. All the Guerreros had a hand in teaching me something. Mondo, Hector, Classic. They all had a hand in it, but really, the one who really showed me this crazy, wacky business that we call wrestling was Eddie. He was there to critique my matches, and he really taught me this business and taught me this business that I could support my family and live my dreams. Eddie, I miss you. I love you. And he lives, Eddie's in heaven. We all know that. But there you go. But he still lives here on earth, and his memory is going to stay alive in each and every one of you who believe in him right here. Thank you.
You know, it's truly an honor to be up here tonight and be a part of inducting Eddie into the Hall of Fame and being able to come up here and pay tribute to him. Eddie Guerrero, the man, the legend, the son, the brother, the uncle, the husband, the father, the friend, the wrestler, the entertainer. Yeah. Eddie Guerrero meant so much to so many of us in so many different ways. And myself, Dean Malenko, and Eddie Guerrero spent so much time on the road together, we considered each other road wives. We'd always take care of each other. We'd always make sure everything was all right and we were all comfortable. And we'd always fight and bitch and whine and complain and spend each other's money. Lie, cheat, and steal. Yeah. One thing, though, beyond a doubt, every time Eddie Guerrero stepped through them ropes into that ring, he was king. He was boss. He was the man. He was the engine. And he proved that to me every time I stepped into that ring with him. And he proved it to the world on February 15th, 2004, when he won the WWE title. Yeah. Eddie Guerrero, we miss you. We love you, and we are so proud of you.
I think we all knew that Eddie Guerrero was one day gonna be inducted into the Hall of Fame. We just didn't think it was gonna be so soon. We knew how great Eddie was. Being a second-generation wrestler, he had big shoes to fill. And I think he did it very well every night. There's just one thing that I wish we all could have seen Eddie do, and that was to be part of a movie. I always said that Eddie was gonna be the next Cheech Marine, man. Without the smoke. He made us laugh. He made us laugh. He made us cry. He made us hate him. He made us love him. And all those memories stay within our hearts. And we take those every day in our prayers. And that's what keeps Eddie alive. I was privileged to wrestle Eddie Guerrero last year at WrestleMania 21. I'm privileged to wear this suit that I have that was given to me by Eddie. I was privileged to be called Huihuito, which is what Eddie called me every day. And I know the Guerrero family know what that means. But more than anything else, I'm privileged to be here tonight and to induct a great brother, a great friend, a person that took me with him and shared many moments and showed me what needs to be shown in the world of professional wrestling. He showed me a lot about being a man in life itself. And standing here in front of you, I'm privileged to induct, along with Chavo Guerrero and Chris Benoit, to induct Eddie Guerrero into the Hall of Fame of 2006. His wife, Vickie Guerrero, to receive the induction of Eddie Guerrero.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank my Lord Jesus Christ for making this a beautiful night. Thank you to WWE for allowing my daughters and myself to be a part of this evening. Thank you to WWE for your gracious love and support to my family, but most of all, for making Eddie a part of your family. Eddie gave his heart to wrestling, and through WWE, all of his lifetime dreams came true. Thank you to all of Eddie's close friends, John and Dean, I don't know where you are, Chris, Ray, and Chavito, and there's so many more, but I love you and all of your families. Thank you. All of you were always there for Eddie through the good and the bad days. And please know that Eddie always had a special place in his heart for each and every one of you. Eddie, my love, I miss you, and I love you with all of my heart. And I know that you are here with us tonight, and you are an amazing human being. I remember we were living in Tampa, Florida, and Eddie was home, and we were all outside with the girls and Eddie and myself. And we were watching the neighborhood kids play outside. And there was 3 little boys that had water guns. And they were fighting with each other, but there was 15 other kids that were just standing there watching them, wishing they could play. So Eddie said, "I'll be back." So he got in his truck and left. I don't know where he went. He came back with 4 huge bags of water guns. And the biggest one was for him. And Eddie had the pleasure of playing all afternoon with these kids, and he won. And he cheated. I just want to let you know that. Eddie had a heart of gold. To all of you fans, thank you from my heart, because Eddie lived through all of your energy. And whether he was meeting you outside of the ring or doing a wrestling match, he always wanted to give you back a thank you in return, because he appreciated every one of you. Thank you for your endless support and love. Thank you, and God bless all of you. Thank you. Thank you.